Some people are born performers, and despite actually being quite shy as a person growing up, I believe that I was born a performer. It was quite clear from a young age that dance was my thing. This was especially evident in the Christmas plays my sister and I would put on every year and force our family to watch whilst we performed to every single song on whichever Disney soundtrack had been released that year. Aladdin was a particular favourite of mine, despite not being able to play the part of Aladdin or Jasmine, but being given the part of Abu the monkey. Thanks, sis. My second family were, and I suppose still are, my friends from the dance school I attended from the age of 2 to 16. I went pretty much every evening after school, and some of my best friends to this day are girls I met whilst going there. We danced together, took part in competitions, and generally just had the best time. Through these years, I gained friendship, I also gained trust, but I gained the confidence to eventually perform solos at the competitions, something which I wasn't too pleased about at first, as you can see. But it turns out I was actually pretty good at it. I told you I was pretty good. So good, in fact, that by the time I turned 16, I knew I wanted dance to be my full-time career as an adult and had taken part in a few more regional competitions and really upped the ante with how serious I was taking dance, especially ballet. After being accepted into English National Ballet School, I endured 2 of the most strenuous years of training I could ever imagine. Whoever thinks being a dancer is just pretty costumes, lights and glamour definitely needs to try a week training like one. Your assumptions will quickly be squashed. As well as the intense training, we put on shows, and although my destiny wasn't to become a professional ballerina due to injury, I will be forever grateful to my teachers and the training I did, as it prepared me for the most phenomenal career I could have asked for. With a career shift towards more commercial dancing, things like music videos, TV shows, tours, backing dancing, came a whole new image for me, and having confidence was no longer a choice, but a must if I wanted to succeed in an already oversaturated market. Yes, I know you guys love my curly hair. Long live the curly hair, but it's done for now, unfortunately. I've danced at some of the most peculiar but amazing locations. In the middle of Piccadilly Circus, outside Buckingham Palace for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee to 100,000 people. But my first job was dancing at the Brit Awards for Leona Lewis in 2008. And if you told me back then that I would dance at the Brits another 3 times for Ollie Murs, Ellie Goulding and Robbie Williams as recently as this year, I probably would have laughed in your face. I guess the joke's on me. Live performances are definitely my favourite, whether they're on live TV, like Strictly Come Dancing, the Victoria's Secret show, at a stadium in front of 90,000 people, which was for Justin Timberlake, by the way, for LMFAO, which was all of the lols, or for brands like D&G in Italy. It has definitely been an amazing journey. I guess the closest I've ever got to having a normal job, you could say, would be going on tour, knowing that for the next 3 months or so, I have a steady income. However, let me tell you, it is anything but normal. Being on tour is a crazy life experience, and I've done it 3 times already. It's like training again because you're using your body at 100% every night whilst travelling between cities, not really knowing where you're going to wake up. The memories I've made on tour will be with me forever. Luckily, the costumes won't be, which isn't always a bad thing. I have to admit, I do really miss performing on stage for definite, but I really don't miss living out of a suitcase. Playing dress up as an adult is kind of a rare occurrence unless you have a fetish for that sort of thing, or you're a dancer. Sometimes you luck out and get a costume you feel sexy, powerful and amazing in. Other times the job doesn't quite call for that and you're dressed as an eyeball. No, really. Or you have a balaclava to cover your face to draw attention to the tights brand you're working for. Either way, regardless of the costume, we always made it fun, and I wouldn't change any of the embarrassing costumes for anything. I guess it's something to show the grandkids. A question that I get asked more than anything is, what's your favourite job? I mean, it's literally like asking a mother to pick her favourite child, but if I were to talk about the most memorable jobs, then the Olympics in 2012 is definitely up there. I mean, it was in a sandpit for outdoor volleyball in a city that has barely any sunny days, but the job itself was amazing, as well as dancing for Kylie, Minogue that is, not Jenna. She's one of the nicest artists I've ever worked for, and travelling and being part of her team is a highlight that will stay with me forever. The third, it has to be X Factor. When the lead up to Christmas comes and you tell someone you're dancing on the X Factor, there's no further explanation needed. Everyone knows what it is, and it's one of the most exciting TV shows to be a part of. It's also one of the most stressful jobs I've done, but the amazing memories and rush of performing on that show outweigh any of the stresses or frustrations experienced whilst doing that job. If I'm honest, I'm not sure there's much more I can say. Over the last 10 years, I've been fortunate enough to work with some amazing brands as a result of my dance career, and magazines have wanted to feature me to talk about it, which is something that I never expected would, and I will never ever take for granted. I guess one thing that has been constant, not just throughout this video, but throughout my journey as a dancer, is my friends. I've picked up some along the way, but the friends I've got through dancing are those that will be with me until the day I die. They've experienced the highs and the very few lows. And I guess what I've learned is that no matter what it is you want to do, make sure you put 100% into it and utilise your friends as a support system, because without them, I really wouldn't have had half as much fun doing this as I have had. Be a good person, work hard, and most importantly, make sure you have fun along the way. Until next time, from the little girl that loved ballet.